So, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to the Peace Center for the Nikaah of Ryan and Sanaa. So today, we already talked about the Nikaah process earlier briefly, but Maulana will elaborate. At the house, I talked about how much the Peace Center meant to my brother and how much he loved the Peace Center as part of his daily routine, daily life. One of the things that I did talk about was his relationship with the Maulana. Not only was the Maulana our Maulana means like a priest. He was our spiritual leader. He was our go-to person in good times and bad. And for my brother, they were like best friends. So I think it's an honor, and we're really happy that he's actually going to be doing the ceremony today. So with that said, I'm going to pass it to Maulana. I'll pass it to Maulana, and he can carry on with the.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Gosh, you guys are hungry, man. You have masks on, but you can't speak, I'm sure. You guys delayed the lunch, man. Even I'm hungry. I haven't had anything to eat yet. But I have reason not to eat. I don't know about you guys, because most of you looking very slim. Ryan? I don't know about you guys. You're sitting like in the firing line, ready for some action, yeah? Inshallah. Welcome to the Peace Center. It's an honor to have all of you here today, this afternoon. And no, that's the wrong one. It's a flat one. It's an honor to have you all here, and more importantly is this special day. Sanaa's dad was, as Muhammad Sagir has just mentioned, he was very close to me. We had a very good relationship. And a good understanding of one another. Yeah. And we find that throughout life we have people we get close to. They'll sit and provide you with all the stuff to help you get nice and round. I say it's a unique physique. Yeah, it's just easier to understand it that way. So the Almighty says that you have made you different just so you can recognize one another. Inna akramakum, but the most honorable amongst you. Still addressing the whole of mankind, he says, the most honorable amongst you are those who have piety or God consciousness in their hearts. So any action that you do, as a child maybe, mom and dad are not there, they've gone to work, child is sitting there, no school to go to, okay, now they've started, and there's a chocolate bar there, mom and dad are not there, and they've said no sweeties except for the weekend, then what happens? As a kid, you go for it. Yeah? But then there's that person that is conscious that, no, my parents may not get to know now, but later on when mom goes to look for her favorite chocolate that she's going to eat secretly, sorry, no offense ladies, yeah? She's going to find out that I ate the chocolate. So the person who is always doing good is that person who is the most honored person in the eyes of the Almighty. Did God say here the person who has the most amount of faith? No. The person who performs the most amount of prayers? No. The person who is God conscious. In every action that you do, whether it is a social interaction, whether it is your employee or your employer that you are dealing with, whether it is customers that you are serving in a business, that you are always courteous, kind, caring, and considerate. Our dear beloved Sayyid, Sanaa's dad, was very much like that. Very, very much like that. He would always be considerate. With so many things that I found in him. And he was a kind of person that I really thrived on taking lessons from. When we qualified our course, when we studied Islamic theology, we spent about 6.5 years studying. So we studied as long as a doctor-ish. We went to one of our senior teachers and we said, can you please give us guidance for the future? What should we do? So we were expecting him to give us some lesson from the Quran, or some lesson from maybe somewhere else, from the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He took all of that, put it together in simple form, and he says, no matter where you go in the world, we were all international, there was lots of international students there. As a matter of fact, sadly, we lost one of our classmates, 45 years old this morning. May the Almighty bless him and his family. But he said, no matter where you go, no matter who you meet, look for the good in people and try and bring it into your life immediately. If you can't do it immediately, make a note of it, whether it's a mental, physical, whatever type of note, and then try and bring it into your life. If you will practice upon this one simple thing, you will find that you will not have time for the negativity that surrounds you. Today we find so much of negativity, yes? Yeah. We find so much of negativity, especially at a time like this. People are worried about their jobs, people are worried about their income, how are we going to pay the mortgage, how are we going to pay for our bills, how are we going to send our children for tuition, and the list is endless. There's so much of negativity, but just a little bit of moral support towards one another can make an amazing difference in our whole community. So this blessed day of Nikah, this blessed occasion of marriage, what is it? In Islam, it is a very simple, straightforward affair. It is so simple and so straightforward that the government doesn't even recognize it officially. You may be thinking there must be something crazy if the government doesn't recognize it. It's because you can get married so easily and divorce can also take place so easily. Yeah. The marriage can happen just with the utterance of a few words. But it is so important that nikah, marriage, is completing half of your faith and the other half is perfecting your faith. So when two people get married, today Ryan and Sanaa get married, they have completed one very important aspect of their faith. Now it's from here onwards. How will they fulfill the rights of one another? Yeah. How will they fulfill the rights of one another? That's so important. It is mentioned about one of the companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him. I actually came across this again today after many years. That he was extremely scared about getting married, not because he was scared of women, like some of you guys are. Don't look to your left, I know, I'm watching you guys. But because he was worried that I may not fulfill the rights of my wife. Let me repeat that. He didn't want to just get married until he had full and proper understanding of what marriage is, for fear that he might cause displeasure to the Almighty by not pleasing his wife. And pleasing your wife, I don't think they even have that advert anymore, all because a lady loves milk tray. Do they have that? Ladies, do you love that anymore, or is it just diamonds now? Okay, it's just diamonds. Sorry guys. I have to really work on this one. Right? I hope you've got lots of diamonds. Alternatively, I've got some empty bottles that we can break them and crush them up nicely. Sanaa is listening to me. I might just be in trouble. With her uncle sitting right here, I might be in more trouble. So marriage, what is marriage in Islam? Is two people coming together for the pleasure of the Almighty. So you will love one another. One of the purposes is procreation. But while loving one another is not just 14th of February to send, a big fat teddy bear or, a box of chocolates and flowers, or to do it on Mother's Day and Father's Day or whatever. Why is there no Husband's Day or Wife's Day? I wonder, anyone know? Because it's every day. It's every day. It's the small things that count. A man or a woman can be unfaithful to their partner, but buy them a big bouquet of flowers or take them out on a honeymoon or not a honeymoon, a holiday or whatever it may be. But just by being unfaithful can cause so much of harm. Whereas on the flip side, just by saying genuinely from the bottom of your heart to your spouse that I love you, and showing that love, that is true love. Will you agree or not? Yes? No? Maybe so? A couple of guys agree. The ladies are not saying anything. Ladies, you want to put some sideline comments in? Don't feel shy. This is your opportunity. We're streaming live here, 3 different places. We'll have it evidence against your hubbies if they're not behaving. Yeah. But this is what Islam teaches us about marriage.